Hello, Merry Xmas and welcome to Weekend File on the NTA. We are live in Abuja. Religion predates human creation. From time immemorial, humans practice religion not just in deference to God, but as a barometer for raising a disciplined family unit through moral upbringing, love, peace, and unity in the society. However, these good values began to develop conflicts among people as civilization advanced. Every society, including Nigeria, has its own share of the experience, mainly rooted in indoctrination. Nigerians, for example, have always experienced healthy cohabitation and social interaction. In fact, religious conflict in Nigeria is a recent development, and opinions suggest that the nature and character of such conflicts are political, having no bearing whatsoever with individual relationships. Nevertheless, there is an addendum of economic crisis leading to so many young people today involving themselves in crass commercialism. Recognizing the impending doom that comes with religious conflicts, the Nigeria Inter-Religious Council, NIREC, drawn mainly from Muslim and Christian faithful, was established in 1999 to provide religious and traditional leaders with a veritable forum to promote greater interaction and understanding among the leaderships and their followers, as well as lay foundations for sustainable peace and religious harmony in the country. Aside this, there has been concerted efforts over time by various governments to provide employment for vulnerable people who are easily lured into ethno-religious crises in the land. Nigeria needs sustained public enlightenment on issues of religion and faith so as to achieve a desirable nation devoid of ethnic and religious upheavals. And so, at a festive season like this, promoting religious harmony and social cohesion in the country should be paramount. So do stay with us on Weekend File tonight as we continue with the conversation. Of course, we have situation reports from across the nation, plus studio session, this time with Reverend Israel Akonji, President, Nigerian Baptist Convention and Chairman, Christian Association of the News is next. Let's start with the mood of the day as Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is reassuring Nigerians of the unshakable resolve and genuine commitment of the Buhari administration to leave enduring legacies in critical economic sectors for posterity. He said the challenges bedeviling Nigeria might be daunting but not insurmountable in the last lap of the administration. This was when he paid Christmas homage on President Muhammadu Buhari. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo arrives the official residence of President Muhammadu Buhari shortly after the 2021 Christmas Day service. For the first time since coming to power in 2015, the Vice President is celebrating Christmas in Abuja, the nation's capital. And paying homage on the President is indeed a matter of obligation. Accompanied on the visit by his wife Dolapo and their lovely children, Nigeria's second family is here to wish President Muhammadu Buhari Merry Christmas. Speaking to NTA News shortly after, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo described the visit as memorable.
Mr. President, of course, as you know, was very gracious, humorous, and we all had a very good time.
So in the last lap of this, your administration, what can you assure Nigerians? What should they expect going forward?
Well, I think that one of the most important things is peace, and as you know, Mr. President has given strong leadership on all the peace initiatives. Just a couple of days ago, we held a Security Council meeting where we reviewed a lot of the security issues around the country. So there's a lot of, I think, a lot of focus on security and on peace, and of course on the economy, which we believe is going to, they will see a massive improvement in this coming year. So we're all excited about the prospect for our country, and we think peace and prosperity is the watchword.
The Vice President used the opportunity to pay glowing tribute to President Muhammadu Buhari, whom he said is genuinely committed to Nigeria.
He's devoted his entire life and times to the service of this nation, and I think that is evident that he's a man who cares about this country. He's also a man who everyone knows has integrity. He has remained completely incorruptible through the years. He has remained a bastion of good governance and, incorruptibility, which is very, very important in a society such as ours, And I think he set an example. It is possible to serve your nation in any capacity. He's been military governor, he's been minister of petroleum, he's been head of state several times. It's possible to serve this country and not steal the resources. So I think that he set a great example in terms of honest and forthright leadership. And of course, something many people don't know is also a sense of humor.
During the visit, the Vice President led prayers to God to grant the President good health, long life, continuous guidance and protection as he strives to sustain the upward trajectory in Nigeria's national life. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has his wife, along with other Christians, observed the Christmas service at the Aso Villa Chapel, where he encouraged Nigerians to expect prosperity and God's great season of peace and covenant of grace to the world. Charles Alpha was at the service and now reports.
It's joy to the world on the day the Savior, Jesus Christ, was born. A season of hope and time to accept the sacrifice of liberation from sin and celebrate a new covenant of grace to mankind. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, his wife, and other worshippers converge on the chapel at the Presidential Villa to mark the Christmas celebration.
Scripture says he was born to save us from all sins. This is the new covenant. That's all that is required. No self-effort is required. That is why it is called the covenant of grace. Grace means unmerited favor.
In a message titled, "Why Do the Angels Rejoice?" the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo acknowledged before Christ, mankind was doomed and under the law of sin and death. But good tidings, life, great rejoicing was restored at his birth.
This very special occasion, I think we should all just receive the blessings of God. Every Nigerian should receive the great blessings that God has. And I believe very strongly that we're entering into a season of God's great blessings, of peace, of prosperity, and all will be well with our country.
In Abuja, Charles Alpha, NTA News.
And in the spirit of Yuletide, Borno State Government, Chief of Army Staff and that of Air Staff have given cash assistance to widows of fallen heroes of Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hadinkai during Christmas luncheon organized by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, held at Mai Malari Cantonment in Maiduguri. Maimuna Gariba reports.
As Christmas luncheon, Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya has also supported 91 wounded and recuperating soldiers with 20,000 naira each to boost their morale. Some widows and the wounded soldiers commended the gesture.
Even with the fact that we are sick, they are still here, they are showing us love. They are appreciating our effort. We thank the President.
All of us were grateful because so many of us are here that are not working. But at least what they did today, it will help.
Borno State Deputy Governor Umar Usman Kadafur, on behalf of the Borno State government, announced 5 million naira donation to the widows, saying the state government will continue to support them, as well as the military, for a quick end to the Boko Haram insurgency. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, implored troops to remain steadfast in tackling the security challenges, assuring them of his unwavering support to enable them succeed.
The Christmas celebration provides a very unique and solemn occasion for me to appreciate the sacrifices, loyalty, and camaraderie of our troops in Operation Hatenkai and other operations the Nigerian Army is engaged in across the country.
Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Isiaka Oladayo Amao, while appreciating efforts of the wounded soldiers and troops of Operation Hatinkai for the remarkable successes being recorded, announced his contribution of 3 million naira for the welfare of the widows.
The security threats currently facing our dear nation and the challenges they present to the attainment of our national developmental goal requires the emplacement of a robust security architecture capable of rapid employment of air power in the full spectrum of warfare.
Commander Multinational Joint Task Force also presented 1 million naira to them, while Theatre Commander Operation Hadinkai appreciated the Chief of Army Staff for his frequent visit to the theatre, stressing that it helps boost the morale of troops battling to secure the region. 6 officers who distinguished themselves in the ongoing counter-insurgency operations were presented with awards of excellence by the Chief of Army Staff. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
Well, it is another Christmas, and show of love is what entails today. But while many may have it in full package, how the internally displaced persons, IDPs, fared is the concern for many. Abdulmalik Hassan works at the Coaching Goro IDP camp and brings us how the IDPs celebrated the Christmas.
All hope not lost for these internally displaced persons. Despite being forced to move from the comfort of their homes, they still have a reason to smile. Singing praise and worship songs, it was indeed a day to remember. For this petty trader, John, this year's Christmas made it 7 years since he was displaced, but today he is full of gratitude.
This year, to God be the glory that we were able to have even something to eat.
At the IDP camp in Durmi Axis, it was like every other day, though not much activities at home, but the functioning of the heart is enough activity. We thank God for the gift of life, they told me. Abdulmalik Hassan, NTA News.
Now, railway stations have continued to witness high turnout of passengers, especially at the Edo train station, Abuja. This follows federal government's declaration of free train ride that enters the second day.
It's some minutes after 6 o'clock in the morning at the Edo train station. High turnout of passengers for the 7:15 train. Some of them are taking the train for the first time, courtesy of the federal government offer of free ride. The gesture was commended by the passengers.
I feel so happy, very happy. At least it will reduce some hardship to some people who don't have the means of transport.
It's a very good initiative, and it's something that citizens should be enjoying, not only seasonal.
This is a very welcome development. The government has shown its concerns to the citizens, to Nigerian people in this festive season.
Some passengers complained of difficulty in accessing the portal and having to pay for tickets meant to be free.
Some people has this thing on ground, selling it for 6,000 naira. And I said, what? Why? I didn't know. I thought they said this thing is for free.
It's so good because you can see passengers are so happy that they are having free tickets. Everybody is going free on the train. Passengers should be patient with the NRC. We are working together.
Federal government has declared free train ride across the country from the 24th of December 2021 to 4th of January 2022. Oyinaya Kalu Oka, NTA News.
Motorists plying Lagos-Ibadan Expressway have a good experience to share on Christmas Day, as anticipated gridlock gave way to a free-flowing traffic. Adeniyi Taiwo, who monitored the situation along the corridor, however, reports that 6 people died in an early morning crash at the Long Bridge end of the expressway.
For me, this is Christmas spent on the road, and where I am right now is the Mowe end of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, where inbound and outbound Lagos traffic has been flowing freely.
A fatal accident involving an 18-seater passenger bus and a moving truck, which occurred around 3 a.m. on the long bridge along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, almost prevented this free-flowing traffic, which was promised by the Federal Safety Corps and the build-up to the Yuletide season.
If not for the crash, nobody will be talking of gridlocks along this corridor. So we are on ground, the men are well deployed, just like we've been able to ease up the traffic.
Despite a high density of vehicular movement from the Kara end of the expressway, a joint operation between Lagos and Ogun State Sector Commands of the Corps ensured reduction in travel time.
We intend to sustain this by maintaining the high visibility here, because apart from the high vehicular density, there is also that possibility of people taking one way.
Happy that there was no gridlock as anticipated, motorists lauded the federal government for opening up the expressway and making smooth driving a priority at this peak period.
I thought maybe the road will maybe be blocked, but now the road is free.
Today is okay, the people are trying.
Ironically, traffic vendors like 16-year-old Seun Anjorin are yet to come to terms with the improved traffic situation, which they say is not good for their businesses. With ongoing construction on the highway almost concluded, it is expected that this new lease of life along the axis will be sustained beyond the festive season. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
And talking politics, the presidency has reacted to a public statement by one of the factions of the All Progressives Congress in Kano State that they have received the endorsement of President Muhammadu Buhari. This is blatantly untrue. This cannot happen when matters are awaiting adjudication by the court. To be clear on this one, President Buhari has not endorsed any faction. His support is for the All Progressives Congress as a party, united and strong, and not of any faction. Meanwhile, Ebonyi State Governor Chief David Umahi has called on Nigerians to unite and work for the progress of the country. He made a call during a state dinner organized in honor of progressive governors and other stakeholders in his country home, Uburu, in Ohozara local government area. Chika Okorie reports.
The governors and other guests were first received at the Caribbean International Airport in Enugu on arrival before proceeding to Ebonyi State. While playing host to the visitors, Governor David Umahi reaffirmed his belief and commitment to the unity of the country and called on Nigerians to join the move for greater development, stressing that President Muhammadu Buhari is a detribalized leader who works for the common good of all.
I believe in the oneness of this country, and I have no apologies to my position about my love for this president.
In their remarks, the governor of KB State, who is also the chairman Progressive Governors Forum, and other guests appreciated the warm reception and described the host governor, Chief David Umahi, as the ambassador of Nigerians' unity. Display from different cultural troops climaxed the state party. In Abakaliki, Chika Okorie, NTA News.
Away from politics, despite the magnitude of the damage to the pipeline at Egondo area of Lagos by alleged vandals, management of the NNPC says there will be no shortage of petroleum products this Yuletide.
Normal activities are beginning to take shape at the area where there was a pipeline explosion on Friday.
Around 12:30, I just hearing a sound like bomb blast. So when we come outside, we see that it's fire.
We always see every year like that.
Management of the NNPC, Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, and LASEMA were all at the scene to assess the extent of damage.
We make options and alternatives to ensure that adequate sufficiency of product is available to all Nigerians.
Akamba station, which is fed by this line, it has also another source where we can feed it, which is through Ijora. So from that time, we have been supplying the substation through Ijora, and now our engineers were able to restore the second line that trip, because this line that went down is line 1.
The DG Lasema said despite the magnitude of the disaster in the densely populated area, no casualty whatsoever was recorded. The relevant authorities are working to put a stop to any reoccurrence, and members of the public have been advised not to go near any oil pipeline or its right-of-way. In Lagos, Adeola Komiakere, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates the governor of Kano State, Dr. Abdullahi Umaru Ganduje, as he clocks 72, describing him as an effective administrator who has written new chapters in development, peace and security in Kano State. Kano State is making steady progress under the APC administration. I pray for your long life and good health, said the president. Similarly, President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates the governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, on his 62nd birthday. President Buhari commended Governor Sule for his immense patriotism, hard work and self-reliance to transform Nasarawa State to a land of peace, development and prosperity. President Muhammadu Buhari joins the government and people of Kano State in mourning a distinguished public servant, two-time secretary to the state government, Adogwaram. The president described the late Adogwaram as a man of courage, foresight, firmness and spine. He was at the forefront of many community service initiatives. He inspired several young people with his personal integrity, which was unimpeachable, and spoke truth to power. On account of these, he rightfully enjoyed the respect and patronage of every administration, military and civilian, in the old and the new Kano State. May Allah repose his soul, said President Buhari. This is Weekend File on the NTA Network Service. Time for our first commercial break. To stay with us.
On your screen is a newly established mega-sized secondary school named after Alhaji Tijani Bolori, a foremost philanthropist and late elder statesman who hugely contributed to the development of education in Borno State. The Tijani Bolori Memorial Day Secondary School is the first institution for secondary education at Kushari community in Maiduguri. Commissioned by President Muhammadu Buhari, the school has 48 modern classrooms for 2,500 students, 4 laboratories for physics, chemistry, biology and ICT, and an examination hall. It has an administrative block, a staff common room and outdoor sporting facility. The Tijani Bolori Memorial Day Secondary School is one of 17 mega-sized schools delivered in the 2 years of Governor Zulum's administration in Borno State.
Over 1,500 winners have emerged and 27 million naira won. You too can be the next. Get ready to blow this season in the Airtel Recharge and Blow promo. You stand a chance to win up to 100 million naira, guaranteed tokens, and 25% discounts to restaurants across Nigeria. How awesome is that? All you have to do is meet your recharge target to win. Dial *444*4# to enter for the draw. Everyone's a winner, so hurry. Start recharging.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Dear friend, as 2021 ends, we share your gratitude for its blessings. We acknowledge your low moments too and wish you strength to carry through. At Bedmate, we'll keep making your living better because we believe that furniture is not just an item made of wood, glass, marble, or steel, but a symbol of your unity and good times with your loved ones. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year full of all the finest things you desire.
Hello, I'm Ziva, the Zenith Intelligent Virtual Assistant. I can help you open a Zenith bank account, check your account balance, transfer funds to any bank account in Nigeria, restrict transactions on your account, log dispense errors, buy airtime or data, and so much more. Simply save the number 0704 000 4422 and say hi to me on WhatsApp to get started.
Listening. There is no doubt about it. Trees and other plants are so admirable, and they produce productive farmlands and water. Imagine this colossal damage. No lands, lakes are gone, houses washed away. Migration is imminent. All this as a result of desertification. We must fight desertification by planting more and more trees to save our lands and restore the glory of our agriculture. These will ensure a sustainable food sufficiency, adequate flow of water, and peace of mind. This message is from the National Agency for Great Green Wall.
Introducing an all-time mega offer. Get over 50% discount in the Airtel Home Broadband mega offer. Buy a router for just 10,000 naira and get up to 240 gigabyte, or a MiFi for 5,000 naira and get up to 125 gigabyte bonus data. More data, more you. Reliable home broadband buy.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hey, oh boy, see better thing.
Oh boy, forget. Wetin better pass wetin Wow Lotto dey do.
Wetin Wow Lotto dey do?
Omo, this season, e don set for some people o. Ma show you.
Show me.
Many people don dey win all over the country. Make we hear from Amaka for Calabar.
My name is Amaka, a student of Unica. I first heard of Wow Lotto on radio. I downloaded the app with some doubts. I was given a mega wheel to spin. After making the deposit of shrinking amount, I received a call from Wow Lotto that I won a TV, and I was asked to come down to Lagos to pick the TV. It's real. Thank you to Wow Lotto for giving me a massive TV.
With Wow Lotto, everyone's a winner. Download on Android or App Store on your mobile device. Wow Lotto. Have fun, win big.
Welcome back. Religion is not just the act of devotion, but the process of fostering peaceful coexistence. For a heterogeneous society like Nigeria, religious leaders believe it is the key to unlocking economic potential if faith-based organizations can strengthen their bond. Michael Olale reports.
This is Muhammad Usman, observing the obligatory Muslim prayer. The search for a source of income led him to these premises 15 years ago, and here he works with a famous Christian clergy. The spiritual support and goodwill he has enjoyed from his principal paints a picture of how religious harmony can strengthen social bond.
Whenever Salah comes, our Oga buy ram for us. And he give us money to buy clothes, and he give us pocket money.
This scenario is a typical example of the sense of oneness and unity predominant in a cosmopolitan city like Lagos. In fact, celebrations like Eid el-Kabir and Christmas have become a platform for solidifying the age-long relationship among religious institutions.
The Allah is God, and it's the same God I worship. I go through Jesus Christ, a great prophet. They go through Muhammad, another great prophet. I know that if Jesus and Muhammad are alive, they won't fight against each other. So you can see that from the onset, we teach religious tolerance, living together.
Clerics say Nigeria will better achieve its goals and aspirations in all areas if all citizens promote harmony.
We need to celebrate our differences and embrace oneness as the children of God.
In the face of misleading doctrines and extremism, intensifying campaign towards changing the mindset of the people to better appreciate the importance of togetherness, stakeholders say is a needed tool for unity.
We are the one that is gathering, that is having large gathering, be it Christianity, Islam. People do believe us when we talk to them. So it is better. The best thing from us is to teach from the book.
The consensus here is that with its rich cultural diversity and robust religious institutions, Nigeria's path to greatness is certain, but all that is required is for these instruments to interplay in an atmosphere of tolerance and understanding. In Lagos, Michael Olaneye, NTA News.
There is no doubt the fact that Plateau State remains the home of peace and tourism, although there are incidences of attacks and killings in communities. The 10 cities, however, enjoying relative peace, as stakeholders, irrespective of religious backgrounds, have continued to preach peace and encouraging harmonious living among the various ethnic groups in the state. Caleb Gochin tells us more.
From the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, which brought the nation's economy almost to its knees in 2020, to the high rate of banditry and kidnappings in parts of the country, 2021 is considered a year which placed the polity under intense pressure. Plateau State has had its fair share of civil disturbances in the past, but the recent took everyone by surprise. Major stakeholders in the peace process say Nigerians must come to terms with realities of life and acknowledge that no nation prospers in the midst of chaos.
It's been quite gratifying, working with religious institutions, with traditional institutions, with youth groups, with women groups, with community-based organizations and all that. We are learning, we have evolved, and I think that understanding is helping so much to deepen the peace that we have in the state.
Religious institutions are strategic in inculcating morals in their followers, and this, the leaders say, will continue to uphold given the place of peace and peaceful coexistence in the development of families and nations.
We also did a lot in terms of collaboration between ourselves and other state and non-state actors to ensure that peace was maintained during that trying period. God in his wisdom created us with all the differences that are there, and we must respect one another and love one another, and of course uphold the cardinal principles or fundamental elements that bind us together as human beings.
We have been praying for peace, and we have prayed a lot in 2021 for peace. We've been teaching our members on the importance of peaceful coexistence, to keep on growing in our faith, growing in our spiritual maturity, becoming more and more like Christ. And when that happens, we can be sure that we will know more and more of peace.
The message the peace advocates are reiterating is for everyone to shun all evil and embrace what is good and profitable to all. In Jos, Caleb Gochin, NTA News.
Our guest on the program tonight, Reverend Israel Akonji, President, Nigeria Baptist Convention and Chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria North Central Zone, joins us live from our Ibadan Network Center. Reverend Akonji, good evening to you and Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you and to all Nigerians.
Yea, when we take stock on our national life, what are your thoughts on peaceful coexistence and social cohesion so far?
Thank you very much. The subject of peaceful coexistence and social cohesion has been a top subject in the recent years. Many years ago in Nigeria, we were quite peaceful and we existed wonderfully well with one another. However, you all know that the recent years have shown that our peaceful coexistence of the past has been greatly threatened, and we have lived in suspicion of one another, and we have not enjoyed that cohesion that used to be there. And therefore, every opportunity is being used to speak about the need for peaceful coexistence with one another. And this Christmas season also offers us the opportunity to remind ourselves of our humanity, the oneness of our humanity, and the commonality of our needs, and the fact that our collaboration together will give us a better society and even bring greater glory to the Almighty God whom we are serving than fighting one another. Look looking at things, we'll say that yes, a lot of effort is being made, and speaking about the Nigerian Interreligious Council, where Muslims and Christian leaders have come together to speak on the need for peaceful coexistence. This has been encouraged to be cascaded to other levels of our relationships, not only at the national level, but at our various states, at our various local government areas, and at our various wards where we live. Now, religious leaders have a great role to play because of their uncommon opportunities to meet with the people. For instance, religious leaders are there when children are born to perform religious rites. Children are named. This happens to Christians. This happens among Muslims. Religious leaders are there when people get married, and they are part of the formation of the new family. Religious leaders are there when people even exit the world and by death, and therefore both Christian leaders and Muslim leaders are found during those times. So the rites of passage afford the religious leaders the opportunity to be able to emphasize our oneness, our commonality, and that's why I say that the religious leaders have these tremendous opportunities. Now, apart from that, they have this weekly assembly. Every Sunday, Christians meet in the churches. Every Friday, Muslims meet in the mosques. And you discover that it is a regular thing. Nobody has the kind of opportunity that the religious leader has. Not even the governors or the president of a country has this frequency of meeting with people. You know, we meet every week, and we're able to speak with people. So religious leaders have a great role, and they should continue to play it. They are the ones who live with the people at the grassroots, encourage our peaceful relationship. As Christians, we know that the Bible teaches that God loves the world. In fact, we are celebrating Christmas because of God's love. And those who have received the love of God in Christ have been commanded to go and live a life of love with one another and with all people. You know, so it is a command to love. Love your neighbor as yourself is what we are.
Reverend Akonji, we will talk some more on this topic as soon as we return from this commercial break. Do stay.
Hello guys, my name is Ken and you can see I just bought a brand new Kia from Blue.
Bigger. Yeah. No bigger, this one is bigger.
This is a brand new car, so I'm just too excited. In fact, I'm on top of the world as I'm speaking to you right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Glo. Thank you for rewarding me. Thank you for changing my life today.
I'm in my house. I'm here in my house. I want to serve the customer. Thank you so much.
Glo, ilé-iṣẹ́ wọn ò ní jóná. Àtàwọn tó ní àtàwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tí wọ́n kó mọ́ra gbogbo wọn pátá látòkè délẹ̀. Wọn à ní sunkún.
The latest car owner in town. From Uyo, party of clothes, buy unlimited.
Recharge up to 500 naira during the week to qualify. Dial *611# now to enter the Glow Joy Unlimited Extravaganza.
My son has always dreamt of being in the spotlight. That's why I give him Born Vita for everyday vitality that gives him the strength to pursue his dreams. Born Vita, strength to dream.
For those wondering why, Schweppes now comes in a new ginger flavor. Experience tells us. The boldest flavors have the most character. Introducing new Schweppes Ginger, a new flavor made with over 200 years of experience.
Dear friend, as 2021 ends, we share your gratitude for its blessings. We acknowledge your low moments too and wish you strength to carry through. At Bedmate, we'll keep making your living better because we believe that furniture is not just an item made of wood, glass, marble, or steel, but a symbol of your unity and good times with your loved ones. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year full of all the finest things you desire.
Growing up in a big family, there weren't always enough seats at the table, so we started eating on the floor so that we could enjoy our food and cokes together, to remind us that the most important part of any meal is being together.
From the heart of the Federal Capital Territory
to the ancient city of Kano,
from the sprawling rooftops of Ibadan
to the bustling markets of Aba and the creeks of the Niger Delta, you really can't beat the reach.
Over the years, we have kept going, keeping you informed, educated, and entertained.
And how have we survived in the very challenging year?
Because of our pillars of support, namely the 3 tiers of government: ministries, departments, and agencies,
corporate bodies and advertisers,
religious bodies,
civil society groups,
political parties, and most importantly, you, our esteemed viewers. Together, we made 2021 great.
And together, we shall make 2022 greater.
Thank you from all of us here at NTA. Your season's greetings and a prosperous new year.
Over Femi Martins. Just look at this. Remember the name.
The African Cup of Nations starts on the 9th of January 2022 on NTA, powered by Afrosport. For sponsorship and advertisements, contact us on 090-9890-6913 or 090-3513-2838.
Manchester City sit at the top of the table this Christmas. Can Leicester City put a damper on the holiday cheer when they visit the Etihad Stadium? This Sunday, it's Manchester City versus Leicester City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
Thank you for staying with us. Promoting religious harmony and social binding will no doubt help in achieving Nigeria's aspiration for unity and development. These were the submissions of some religious and traditional rulers in Enugu, as Chinayang Moye reports.
The lifestyle of these two great friends and leaders, His Royal Highness Igwe Emmanuel Ugu and His Royal Highness Sarikin Yusuf Sambu. Though the first is an Igbo, a Christian, and a traditional ruler of Ibagwanike community in Enugu State, and the other, a Hausa Muslim and the leader of the northern community in the state, they exist peacefully and celebrate events together, irrespective of their religious and ethnic differences.
The Saki Hausa wa Enugu, His Royal Highness Alhaji Yusuf Sambo, came to celebrate Christmas with us, understanding that during the time of Christmas is when we remember icons who came into the world for peace. Christ born in Bethlehem came into the world for universal oneness, and he believed absolutely in the unity of the world.
We see each other as human beings created by God to coexist, and that relationship had been built over the years. During Salah celebration, you see a lot of Christians trooping into the mosques to dine, wine, and celebrate with us, especially His Highness.
Looking at the lifestyle of these two great leaders, it is very obvious that they are teaching their subjects and adherents the significance of peaceful coexistence, and the subjects have no option than to emulate their leaders. It was also the views of many that peace should be preached everywhere, while those saddled with the responsibilities of leading and guiding their adherents should make them appreciate the need for love, tolerance, and peaceful coexistence. In Enugu, Chinenye Nwoye, NTA News.
So let's rejoin Reverend Israel Akonji in Ibadan Network Studio as we continue to talk about our topic tonight. Reverend, if you're there and hearing me, where exactly is the missing link? Because you said earlier on that Muslims meet every Friday traditionally and Christians every Sunday, irrespective of the fact that there are some other engagements within the week. Where then is the missing link, and what role should the traditional rulers amongst us be playing at this point in time?
Well, thank you very much. There are several factors which have promoted the kind of disintegration, that kind of oneness which we used to experience in the past. We have discovered that we have not been experiencing it in the present, and several factors are responsible. And of course, there is no question about the political drive. There are times when, for political reasons, people try to use religion to demonize one another just in order to have political advantage. And a lot of people are falling prey to that. But let's not forget again that apart from that, there are very mischievous people who usually look for confusion and commotion from where they gain. All of these things are there. So what I was saying about the opportunity of religious leaders on Sundays and on Fridays is that they have the opportunity to talk to the people directly. The opportunity is enormous. They meet with men, with women, they meet with the high and the low, they meet with children and youths. They're all there assembled in our religious places, whether churches or mosques, and we are supposed to now use it to bring together, and the broken link should be cemented and brought together by the opportunities we have to minister to people at various categories. Our holy books teach peace and teach love, and we are supposed to emphasize that to our people so that they can definitely bring a change to the society. But I think one common area to link back again the society is through our children in our various families. What we teach our children is very, very important. If we teach the importance of humanity to our children, if we teach our children that every neighbor is important and you have to love your neighbor as yourself, irrespective of whatever that person's religion or affiliation is, definitely this is going to give us a better society. So let's catch the children. Let's begin.
Very quickly, tell us what's your own admonition to the to the traditional rulers in this regard.
Traditional rulers, they have done a lot of things in terms of cohesion and helping people to come together. And I just want to appeal to the traditional rulers to continue to strengthen the cohesion by using their institutions to particularly mediate. There are times when the issues between Christians and Muslims, and these traditional rulers, they have a strong voice for mediation. I've had people say, well, we want places of worship somewhere we are not giving, whether in the north or sometimes in the south or in the east, and the traditional rulers are there. They can let us understand. See, let us help one another. We need one another. And so their function should be function of mediating to ensure that we have peace and being fair to all.
Reverend Akonji, for sharing your thoughts with us on Weekend File tonight. Thanks indeed. We're talking with Reverend Israel Akonji, President, Nigeria Baptist Convention and Chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, North Central Zone. It's time for our last commercial break on the program. To stay.
Me and you, let's get to Ghana. Hey! Right, Jalo. This is Ghana.
You've come here to seek for greener pastures. Make it your worthwhile.
Any guinea fowl is a guinea.
Guinea fowl has nothing to do with guinea.
It's just the name of the fowl. So Ghana Jollof, what is it Nigerian beans?
What?
Have you made before?
No.
Jasper! Help me!
Manchester City sit at the top of the table this Christmas. Can Leicester City put a damper on the holiday chair when they visit the Etihad Stadium? This Sunday, it's Manchester City versus Leicester City on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
The 2022 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration is here again. The Nigeria Armed Forces work tirelessly day and night to give us peace to go about our businesses. Some have paid the supreme price. Should we forget the families and loved ones they left behind? No.
I am therefore privileged to honor these veterans who devoted most of their lives, active lives, to securing the nation and the world at large.
So, let's support the Nigerian Armed Forces and their families, corporate organizations, government agencies, parastatals, and individuals. Let's show our love and support for our armed forces. They are our heroes. Buy the Armed Forces Remembrance Emblem and donate into the Armed Forces Remembrance Emblem Appeal account. We love you, and your labor and sacrifice will not be in vain for spilling your blood for us to live.
Let's now join Olumide Eguntola on our sports update.
Head coach of the Super Eagles has named his 28th final list of the players for the 2022 African Cup of Nations scheduled for Cameroon as from the 9th of January to 6th of February. Captain Ahmed Musa, Wilfred Ndidi, Victor Osimhen, among others, made the list. The players are expected to arrive the Abuja camp on the 29th of December, with the UK-based players expected to arrive on Monday, 3rd January. In the Nigeria Professional Football League, with 2 matches slated for Sunday, include Shooting Stars against Aqua United, Kano Pillars will trade tackles with Lobby Stars as Enugu Rangers host Eyimba, among other matches. From grassroots football development, Ladi Ikwa Football Club as a match champion of the 2nd edition of Dr. DK Olukoya Football Competition, tagged Dominion Cup. The tournament, which took place at the Evans Square, Yaba, saw Super Soccer Academy winning the Under-17 category after beating Success Football Club 3-2 in the Under-17 final. In the Under-23 final, Ladikwa defeated Sambo Boys 9-8 on penalties.
In the last 5 hours we've been here, you won't think about crime in this environment. That's what sport can do for you.
We just hope that it continues doing and giving our children better future.
Still on grassroots football development, the maiden edition of Football Meets Music has been held at the Ojon Igalo Stadium at Ajegunle. The idea is to harness the talent in Ajegunle as a means of curbing crime in the community. Makari FC beat Glorious Academy 5-4 on penalties.
We are thinking of other zones where we can get grassroots talent. The essence of this program is to bring them out and give them a launch pad.
From the English Premier League, Manchester City will on Sunday attempt to consolidate its leadership position with a date with Leicester City in a match that will be beamed live on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA. Norwich City will entertain Arsenal as Chelsea will be the guest of Aston Villa, among other matches. And in the spirit of the season, Nigeria's Olympic gold medalist Chioma Ajua has given back to the society through our foundation.
Any of their children that is doing sports, we are going to propel.
The initiative is targeted at widows in the society. With sports update, Olumide Eguntola, NTA News.
Let's check out weather forecast for Sunday.
Hello, complement of the season. Moderate dust haze is expected over the entire northern region, the north central down to the southern region, with horizontal visibility of 2 to 5 kilometers. Partly cloudy to hazy condition is expected over the entire coastal region, with incursion of southwesterlies and northward pull of intertropical discontinuity (ITD). Partly cloudy condition with slim prospect of thunderstorm activities over the southeast coast of Delta, Bayelsa, and Akwa Ibom in the afternoon-evening period. From inland cities of the south up to the northern region will remain the same throughout the forecast period. Enjoy your Christmas season. I remain Suleiman Green. Thank you for watching.
Please do endeavor to join the NTA in our fight against rape and rapists in our society. That concludes Weekend File tonight on the NTA. Thanks indeed for watching. I am Kene Ima Aburikiran. From all of us, Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
We want to talk about rights, there are obligations. I'm not saying that this government is a saint, it's very far from it. But there are things that we can do to make it better, and that's the challenge I'm throwing to you. You don't want to build this nation? I don't know where else you want to go. If I had a choice, I'll come back. When I stand outside and I hear what you have to say about this country that I know that I can die for as one, then I'm really sad because you're young. You have education. You have tools. You have a huge future ahead of you. And you're condemning yourself before you started on that journey. So please don't do that. Please don't.
It's all in the